I wanted to do it's not an interview, it's really a conversation between leader to leader about your experience going from, and I'll let you say it in your own words, but in a little nutshell, going from being someone that is high authority, you have a lot of responsibility, a lot of people depend on you, rely on you, and you were feeling what you fill in the blank, just one word.
Burnt out,
Burnt
exhausted.
Yes, okay, thank you. I didn't wanna put words in your mouth.
Yeah.
Burnt, exhausted, and now you feel fill in the blank.
Relaxed powerhouse.
Yes!
That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, this conversation is for you. If you are someone in a high authority position, you see yourself as a leader, and you're wondering, can I do this without feeling depleted, feeling burnt out, feeling exhausted? And the answer is yes. So, welcome, Laura, to our conversation. Can we begin by you just sharing a little bit about your role, the level of responsibility that you
Yeah.
carry in your life?
I am a single dog mom of 2. We'll start with that. But as a role, I am a school director for a small private school here in Orlando, Florida, that works with children that don't think in the box. So every other model that in the box thinking doesn't work for them. It could be anything from ADHD, dyslexic, high functioning autistic, anxiety, or the flip side is gifted. Parents seek me out all the time across Orlando and Central Florida, and I have families that drive an hour one way to come to our school because nothing's worked.
Mhm.
And I spend every day talking to families. What is the best for your child and how do we move forward? How do I get your child from this I hate school to I want to be there. I want to learn. And I say this with every child. A child doesn't learn until they feel safe,
Yeah.
loved, and valued. I've worked incredibly hard to create that environment that people walk in and go, "Oh, this is different."
Mm.
Yeah.
See, even just hearing that, and then when I looked at your human design chart, I'm like, oh my God, this woman is like this channel of, remember that?
Yeah.
This, you're just this channel of love, and these children and the parents, you're an answered prayer. It's so beautiful. How would you say that other people in your work environment describe you, or even in your life describe you?
Currently or before?
Oh,
Like
yeah, let's say before, because there's
before.
a shift, right? Before we did the work that we've done
Yeah.
together.
Prior to all the work, I know I was intense. I was intense. I was the woman that if you couldn't get it done on a time frame that I wanted, I was just going to do it for you. And I didn't care who I plowed over to do it. It was basically that no one else can get it done approach. Let me just do it all. And it was always a high mode of intense stress. You
Mm.
could look at me and feel it.
Yes. I remember us having this conversation where you were like, well, if people can't get it done, I'm just going to do it for them.
Yeah.
Has this been always a thing? It's a pattern.
That was a pattern. And it was a pattern that I ingrained into myself at a very young age, like 10 years old, that, you know what? I'm just going to get it done. I'm not going to rely on other people to help me out. I'm just going to do it myself
Yeah. And
and figure out a way.
yes, this is, I can totally relate to that. My motto was, if it is to be, it's up to me. I'm going to get it done. This is the kind of woman that comes into my world, highly capable, highly responsible, highly successful, but there's a cost. Share with us how you felt in your body, like that people
Oh
could
my God.
feel your stress.
I feel like my shoulders were up at my ears all the time. Like my shoulders were always forward and up is how I felt. And in my body and in my heart
Mm,
and soul, I just felt angry
mm,
because I never felt like I could just breathe. Like I can't breathe. And I straight up walked around exhausted all the time because when you feel like it's only on me, you only have so much energy to give.
mhm,
And as much as I was giving to others and doing everything for others, my cup wasn't being fulfilled. Like
mhm.
my cup wasn't keeping to be replenished. It was just keep going and keep going.
Yeah.
And so it was exhaustion.
I can imagine. How did this manifest in your everyday life? What did this look like where you were like, "Oh, I need to get this done for them." If we were in a movie, can you paint the picture of an everyday scene where it's like, "Oh, Laura can do it. I can do it. She needs me to do this." What does that look like? Because I want women to be able to see themselves.
If you're sitting in your office, if you're that powerful woman who's got the office, right? Or whatever, your office door is getting knocked on all the time for people to come talk to you. Or your phone's ringing every 5 minutes with someone else asking something of you, of that they're like, I need this, or can you do this, or can you, whatever it may be. That was my office where people laughed, and I had to put a sign on my door that said, "This door is closed. I'm in a meeting," even if I wasn't in a meeting.
Yeah, good for you. You have to set
Guess
some kind of boundary. Yeah.
guess what? Those people would still walk through that door,
Yes.
and I'm looking at them going, "Go away. I can't, like, if it's an emergency," but that sign had to go on my door just to put that boundary of like, No, I'm not available all the time."
Yeah. In traditional settings, like if you say, "You know what? I just feel like I'm being pulled all over the place. Everybody wants a piece of me." People will say, "You just got to set boundaries." But actually, it was more something had to change inside
Yeah.
of you, right? So we're going to come back to that. Tell me how doing everything for everyone and basically over functioning, over performing,
Mhm.
how that affected you in and what that looked like in your everyday life.
Typically, I would work. I'm a morning person, so I would get up every morning at like 5 o'clock. And that was my workout time. And everyone's like, "Why are you working out so early or every day?" And I'm like, "Because if I don't, my stress level goes through the roof."
Oh,
And then I would work from like, I'd leave my house at 7, get back at the house at like 5:30, 6 o'clock every night. And I would have to physically crash. I would sit down and pass out for a solid hour to 2 hours every night
yeah,
because I couldn't. My body would shut down as soon as I sat down.
yeah,
And then I would have to wake up and go, "Oh, wait, now I still have more work to do." Or and now I'm going to actually like do stuff around the house. And I lived in that cycle. Weekends, don't ask me to do anything on a weekend
mhm,
because I had to shut down.
yeah,
Like I physically could not give anything to anybody else because I had to just a day of silence and shut it all down.
yeah.
And that was for a solid 4 years
Wow.
minimum, probably.
What point did you start to notice that this was too much and that something had to change?
I remember it was in the fall of like 2024.
Mhm.
I walked into my office one morning, nothing had gone wrong, but I walked into my office and I shut the door and I just started crying.
Mm.
And it like broke me. And I was like, I can't keep doing this. Even though I love my job. I
Yes.
love making a difference and impacting families and kids. And I know that if the day comes that the good Lord calls me home, I've made a difference in people's lives. I know that. But I was sacrificing myself every day.
I
And
talk
I was
about
like, I
yes.
can't keep doing this. I am physically making myself sick because of me sacrificing myself for everyone else.
Yes. I really have to say thank you on behalf of all the women. This makes me emotional. Thank you on behalf of all the women in the world that need this because I realized that having this conversation, you're so open. And I had no idea because I said, I'm not going to put you on the spot. I'm not going to
Right.
share private things about you. And you're just putting it all in the table. So
Yeah.
thank you so much because women need this. They think that they're alone and they're not. This is the reality of so many successful women. Before we go into, okay, well, what actually changed? What did you actually try to manage it? Because I remember you thought it was like if I had more hours in the day, right? Like
Yeah.
or another vacation. Talk to us about that. Like what did you actually try before things actually shifted?
You name it, I probably tried it. I tried the workouts. I tried not working past a certain time. I tried not working on the weekends. That didn't work. I tried, let's get better sleep. Let's take a whole bunch of supplements or whatever to help you sleep at night. Right. Did
Yep.
that too. And guess what? Like, especially with women, everyone's like, oh my God, I wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. That's called anxiety. And your body is holding on to so much
So much.
more. And I had to release that somehow. But I felt it in my body. And you name it, I tried it. I tried working out. I tried talking to other people. That didn't work either. When I talk to other women, like, oh, it's like I need to solve the world.
Yes.
And so we're having conversations of like, okay, now you can fix this, 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 this. I'm like, that doesn't work either.
Wait, who was trying to solve the world?
I was.
You were. Yes.
Let's just discuss any problem you want and let's find a solution to it.
Yes. Yes.
And
So
you're like, yes, that's you.
yes, 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 no, but yes, but you've changed. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what's yours, right? And again, that was a pattern. It was a pattern that came from
Mhm.
childhood, and we just overperform. We're the ones that have to solve everything. And like you said, it just gets to a point that, so many women develop autoimmune disorders. They live with chronic anxiety, whether it's low level anxiety, high level anxiety. They can't sleep and they still keep grinding. And they're like, they don't believe that there's another way, or you're freaking done and you're like, okay, like for you in the office crying, like something has to change. What changed?
I remember the conversation. I was sitting there and it was that feeling within that I remember saying it. I go, I'm made for more.
Need for more.
And that feeling, this was 3 years ago, probably. I knew, like, I was like, I don't know what this is, but I know I'm made for more. And I knew the feeling, but I was still living in such exhaustion. I couldn't move forward with anything because I had nothing to give.
Yes.
What is it? And then during reclamation, I remember this day to a T. It was during a live class. We were talking back and forth. And I think I looked dead straight at you. And I was like, oh my God, I've outgrown my job. I've outgrown my current place. And from that moment on, it just unfolded. And it was just like the weight of the world went off my shoulders. Teachers and staff and all that look at me and they're like, you handle things differently. And I go, I know. Don't ask me. Can't, it's just a very different, and I say it all the time, it's a different feeling within my body.
Yes. Yes. I remember the first day of the reclamation, you you all looked like,
Deer in headlights.
yes, deer in headlights. It's like when
Yeah.
you tell yourself the truth of what it
Yeah.
is that you've discovered and I just got goosebumps, and what you're ready to reclaim in your life. I think it was the next call, you came back and you were so freaking clear. You were like, I've outgrown my current situation,
Yep.
but I feel like you said, I've never taken time for me. And now this is it. So you joined the reclamation. I feel like things shifted really fast. Since the first day, you said, you just said it right now, but you said that your shoulders were up to your ears. And then it's like all of a sudden, and then like I was listening to the last call, and Erin was like, yeah, your eyes were even like bulging out, but that's stress, not anymore,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Talk about the shift. How did you notice the shift? What first shifted for you?
It was that realization.
Mm,
And that moment of realization, I, within myself, went, I'm not working in the evenings anymore. When I go home, that's my time. Do you have the occasional meetings? Yes, those are
yes.
on the books. But when I come home, I'm not working another 4 hours at home.
Mhm.
It's, I very rarely will work on the weekends. It doesn't happen. Like the weekends are my time. And I found things that outside of work that bring me joy. I love my yard. I love doing yard
Your
work and
gardening,
growing
yeah.
stuff, right? I fired my landscaper. And so I could just like, okay, I get to mow my yard. I'm
It
excited,
feels so
you
good,
know?
right?
It's fun. And
Yes.
yes, I know that's not fun for some people. It was finding things that small things like I don't need to go. Do I love traveling and vacationing and all that? Absolutely. But I was able to find and do small things daily, weekly. Like I love designing and crafting and all that fun stuff and painting.
Yeah.
My house, I should just buy another cabinet of just crafty stuff more. But it's just finding things that bring you small joy.
Oh, this is so important because women often think that, yeah, it's like the vacations. And like you said, like we all love vacations, we all love having beautiful experiences and all that. But
Absolutely.
for the woman who's been overworking, overfunctioning, grinding, hustling, and burning herself down, she doesn't know what taking a nice quiet walk and gardening and baking and
Yeah.
doing these very life is made up of many small moments. She doesn't know what that is.
Yeah.
And so you
I
quickly,
I've noticed you just mentioned small walks. I
yes,
notice now, like when I'm walking the dogs in the morning, I can hear sounds and
yes,
I see the world, like our visual world around us.
yes.
I'm seeing even more intricate things now.
Yes. And for anyone watching, when our nervous system is relaxed, we actually have more cognitive function. We're not just looking to escape the lion that we think is chasing us or the email or the stressful situation. When we're stressed out, we're in sympathetic mode and we're like this. So we literally cannot see. And when we are more relaxed, things around us are actually more colorful. Like we perceive them as more colorful. I remember this when you took one of the programs, you said, I went out for the first time today and I really heard the birds sing. And
Yeah.
that was like a year and a half ago or something like that. Beautiful. Just the realization that you were meant for more and that you were doing way too much, that led to a bunch of changes. What were some of the other developments that happened during the reclamation? And you started feeling differently in your body. Like,
Yeah, differently in my body. It by all that realization, feeling aligned within my body, it's allowed different things to grow within me. I'm able to put plans in place for the future of what, okay, I know that I'm meant for more. What does that look like? I can actually act on that now. I can actually have a meaningful, genuine relationship that I actually have something to give,
wow.
which is beautiful and amazing. And that's a year ago, that wouldn't have happened. 2 years ago, that wouldn't have happened in a
I just want to
meaningful way.
underline this. It's the same relationship. The person didn't change,
Correct.
but you didn't have the bandwidth. I'm just repeating what you said. You didn't
Yep.
have the bandwidth to give.
Correct.
And there are so many women that think it's like, oh, it's the husband or the boyfriend or the girlfriend, whatever it is, the partner. But a lot of times it's not that. It's that you're just so depleted, your cup is empty, you have nothing to give.
And that goes both ways in a relationship.
100%.
Women, yes, we burn ourselves out and we feel like we have to give to everything, but that's it goes for the same thing for men too.
Sure.
As a couple, you have to go, okay, what do we have to take care of ourselves first?
Yeah.
We have to like, what does it take for us to feel peaceful within?
Yeah.
And I think that is the biggest change for me from through reclamation. My internal being
That's it.
is peaceful.
Yeah.
I am calm. Like I feel calm. And that's probably the first time in nearly 10 years that I have actually like go, I'm good, I'm calm. Like, and everyone's like, what? I go, yeah, things can happen at work now. Guess what? It bounces off of me. And they're looking at me going, you don't handle that the same way you used to. I know because it's within me is calm that I'm not, it does not, those exterior circumstances literally don't penetrate through me anymore.
Wow. I mean, we all see it.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. What would you describe the work as? And the other women. Let's talk about the other women and oh,
I can't say enough of the live calls
yeah.
of being together in community with,
Small
in
community.
small
This is
community.
not a 700
Oh
person
God,
master. Laura came to the retreat and Laura's like, okay, I'll go because I want to be with you guys. but not if it's like 28 people and 30 people. I was
Yeah,
like, I'm not that person. I'm
yeah.
a very intimate, deep kind of person. And you're like, okay, I'll be there.
Having that small knit group, like-minded women. When I say that every woman that comes into your circle in their own right is a powerhouse,
100%.
that they have this vision that whatever their life may be,
Yeah.
but they're at the vision of I know that I'm ready to go. It's that jockey at the gate that they're like, I know it's, you know, let's run this race. I'm ready. And I'm ready to do it in a community of women that they're going to champion me on. It's when we were at this retreat, you said it, okay, this group of women that's so diverse in
There's
our own
you guys are
right.
so different in every aspect. Career, personalities,
Yes,
everything.
so different.
So
But
different.
there was no moment of, I call it that women chatty stupidness that,
Yeah. We
you
don't do
know,
that
we don't do that.
at all. Like
No,
even 1 second.
no. It was 100% women champion each other on through whatever crap they needed to shed. And it was a beautiful piece. And but even in reclamation,
It's the
the
same.
small, it's the same, it's that same vibe, it's that same feeling that if you don't, if you miss that piece, you're like, wait, I'm missing something. If you have to catch up, you like maybe you missed that live call.
Yeah.
It's that energy and connection that the powerhouse together
Yeah.
generates,
Yes.
and it feeds your soul. It energizes you more to keep pushing forward.
Yeah. And it's not pushing. It's not
No,
pushing forward. It
it's
goes.
just the natural flow.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The reason I'm smiling so big is because during the retreat, I took them the day before I had gone to wash my car. And at the car wash, there was this cornwall, it's called, right?
Cornhole.
Cornhole. Cornwall, whatever.
Really?
Oh my God, I have an idea for an identity game, right? I take the women to the car wash and we play this game. And they're, again, the women in my world are powerhouses in their own right, regardless of the profession. And within 3 minutes, Laura was like 18 degrees. I got to move it like 20 degrees. I saw each of the women just being powerhouses. No one was like, oh my God, I suck. I'm so horrible at this. Like, I'll never get it. This is what I saw with every single one of the women. And what's the point? That this is the kind of women that are in this circle, not victim mentality. Why does life happen to me? What are the women like? And why is this circle so important?
It's the best way to say it is they're boss ladies.
Yeah.
They know how to get it done.
Yeah.
It's that, you know what, you're going to walk in the room. You could be that woman that walks in the room and you're going to get noticed that you walked into the room.
Yeah.
And
And everybody's like that. Yes.
it's just because who you are. It's, you don't even, you could be wearing sweater and jeans, but you walk in the room and your energy is felt. And it's women that are driven,
Mhm.
that they're just settling for mediocre doesn't work.
It's funny because we hardly ever talk, and sometimes we may talk about money, but it's not driven of like, it's not the driven of like, I gotta achieve this goal and I gotta get this and I gotta, can you clarify that?
Yeah, it's not, I have to achieve XYZ as far as a dollar amount or a new job title or anything like that. It is you within yourself know that you're ready to go to that next level, whatever it is.
Mhm.
And that could just be, you know, I want to retire. Great. That's your next level.
What was
You
the
know,
next level for you?
for myself,
Yeah.
it was, I, like I said, school director, but my focus in my life has been now finding more joy. I'm 45. I'll be glad to say that. But I think my next goal is developing an educational consulting company
Mhm.
that works with these families that I deal with every day. But I'm just here in Central Florida, right? So I have a very small circle, but talking to women on the retreat, one of the ladies was like, oh my gosh, this is needed so much in Chicago too. Yeah, I
Mhm.
know. It's needed everywhere.
Everywhere.
I would love, just for, because once again, it's not about money and all that stuff for me. I want to be able to work from wherever. And my family and my nieces and my mom are so important to my heart that if I want to go to Missouri and work from my mom's house and spend time with my nieces, I can still do that.
Mhm.
But I'm able to connect with whoever to impact more lives. That is in my heart. And I know my human design is my job is to impact others
Yeah.
and make a difference in other people's lives. And if I can expand myself more to do so, we're all better.
Yeah. And when we first started talking before the reclamation, but you just didn't have the bandwidth. You're like, I do not have the hours in the day. Now, let's come to the present of how, and you've said it, but how are you feeling in your body? What
Yeah.
has changed? Yeah, what has changed at work? What has changed in your relationships? How has this affected people around you, your dogs even? How do you respond differently now?
Besides just that, back to being more peaceful.
Which is,
I'm sleeping better at night. When I get rest, I get true rest.
yeah.
I don't need to take those naps anymore. I can come home from work and I'm like, I'm good. No more crashing. And I have figured out how to make more time for me to
Mhm.
where I can do those fun things that I want to do that make me happy, even if they're the small things of planting herbs in my garden right now. I'm able to make that time in regards to work. Other people at work, they're realizing I don't need to go to Laura for everything.
How did that happen? Because it had to come from you. And it wasn't just
Um,
boundaries. Like you
it,
shift.
I shifted in a way that when I didn't make myself available,
Mhm.
some of them figured out how to fix it for themselves, which then allowed myself to have more time to do stuff that I needed to do and that I wanted to do and be able to create more for
Mhm.
the school, which just makes a better environment for the kids,
Abs-
everyone. Do the teachers have to add some more work to their plate? Yeah,
But
but
Laura doesn't have to be the one that's
but
doing
I'm
it.
not the one that's doing it, which is a beautiful thing for myself. And you know what? I'll champion anyone on. You want to create something and do something? Great, do it. I'll champion you on for it. I just don't have to be the one to do it.
Yeah, girl. Get it, girl. Get it.
Yeah.
In order for that to happen, that wasn't just like this. That's, and then this is, I'm speaking to
Mhm.
the women listening, like that's rewiring.
Yeah.
Because as you said, this was a pattern of having to do it all, being the one that's responsible for everything and everyone and solving everybody's problems. That's a pattern. A lot of times we're like, okay, we're not going to do that anymore. We set these boundaries, but it's like in words and not in body. And through the work that we did together, which sometimes I feel like might be hard to define. Like I can tell you, like it's, identity repattern and nervous system regulation, all
Mhm.
of that is true. How did this shift happen? Is that what allowed you to get to this point of like,
Yeah.
that's not mine?
I kind of pushed it back to them when they were bringing me things. Yes, it was rewiring, going, yeah, that's not mine. But looking at my team and go, what would you do?
Yeah.
Because they would be like, whatever they're telling me, and go, great, go with it. I support you. And they're looking at me like, really? Yes, really. Go.
And
Like,
that's so
you got this.
empowering for others.
Yeah.
Wow. She believes that I can do it instead of you playing the mama bird. I was guilty of that too when I was
Mhm.
with Beachbody. I did everything for everyone, and that put me in a mama bird position, which can be disempowering for other people.
Yep. So that was the big shift. It was me just going, yeah, I'm in my head, I'm going, I'm not doing this. I don't want to do it anymore. Having those conversations, what would you do? And them looking at me like, yeah, you weren't expecting that answer. But they're getting used to it. And sometimes they don't come up with things to do. And I go, well, it's not getting done because I'm not doing it. Like I have other things to do.
How are people responding to you now?
They're accepting of it. I can't say that they're always happy about it,
Yeah.
but they're accepting of it. And it will naturally, like I said, this has been in relative, it's been a short time frame for that,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know.
Just
And
a few months.
I have developed a team over the years of I don't have a lot of turnover. My retention's high. Of all the years, they've got ingrained in their behaviors but Laura will
Yes.
fix it. So now, over the past, let's say 5 months, 6 months, I've flipped the script on them. That takes time as well.
Yes, of course.
The new ones coming in, it's beautiful because the new team that came in, they don't even ask me. They're just like, I got it.
Yes,
And
yes,
I'm like,
yes.
really?
Maybe maybe
So,
that was the most satisfying thing ever.
right?
Like,
But I'm like, I
shit,
love
this works, right? What'd you say?
the new people coming in who are like, I did this and this and this. And I go, fabulous. Kudos. Like,
Oh.
I don't have to. And you didn't ask me a darn thing, but you just wanted me to pay a bill. I got that. It's beautiful. As we move forward and progress forward, it's going to happen more and more.
Yes. This just makes me so happy because you know it. You know it. You've said it a million times. Like things are just going to get better and better. I can feel your powerhouseness, just this commanding presence and this huge love. The dogs loved Laura. When you're stressed out, other people can't get that wonderful vibe and essence of who you are because we're like this and we're like, I got to get things done. And it's like the mean boss, right? As opposed to the relaxed powerhouse. I truly, truly felt that. And you're so sensitive and you can feel people, read people, and you just, and you know how to play cornhole real amazingly.
We are not joining any teams on that one anytime soon. When you're in your presence, Barbie, I say this all the time to you. It's a very magical place to be. I love our conversations because that's one thing with you that I've noticed, and I see that with other women too, is when we're talking and we're having conversations, we don't do this surface level chit chat.
Who is this not for
If it's the woman who is like, I don't know what the next step in my life is,
at
I
all?
don't know where I'm going, and you don't have that defined who you are. If you're that woman that, on the flip side, you know you're a powerhouse, if you know I've got this, you've got goals, ambitions, driven, you know that about yourself, you reclamation is 100% that pathway. But if you're not secure in yourself, like you got to know yourself
Yeah.
because questions that are asked and as we go through processes, if you don't know yourself in your heart of hearts of who you are, it's going to be very challenging to be real because it is these are women that in this environment
Yeah.
we're real
100%,
and it
100% of
is
the time.
100%. And there's times where you're going to get told something that may hurt your feelings. Yes, we're going to be honest. I love Barbie for the fact that when we have
I
conversations,
have no idea what's coming out of her mouth, by the way, that I'm like,
you're calling it out.
yes. Mhm. Both.
Beautiful.
And if you're not ready to be seen, then don't come into this space. And this is why a lot of times I'm really clear and I'm like, if you have fresh trauma and what you need is therapy, of course, they have women that come into the reclamation. They're also in therapy and they're also doing other stuff. That's not what I mean. What I noticed at the retreat, which was the exact same thing in the reclamation, but I was able to articulate it, was when we were doing the 4 directions practice
Mhm.
that we did, each of the women is able to speak about when I ask questions. Because I would say one of my gifts is just knowing what to ask and seeing women. The clarity with which women were able to, the self-awareness that they had was
Yes.
crystal clear. It doesn't mean that you always know what the answer is, because this is why we get coaching, but your self-awareness, not just yours, but every single woman in the room, this I had never been able to articulate it before. So if you consider yourself self-aware and willing to be seen and ready to change,
Yes.
yes. And if you think I'm going to pry things out of you, that's a no for me. It won't work.
Coming into the space being open,
Yeah.
magic happens when you're open. Coming into the space being open
Yeah.
to hearing
Yes.
and change and growth and accepting what comes at you. If you're allowing your human person to be open to that,
Yeah.
I promise that change happens, growth happens, expansion happens. You as a human will expand.
We see it. It's like beyond what we imagined. It was just so remarkable. Okay, last question.
Yep.
What would you say to the woman listening who is highly capable, responsible, but feeling depleted and exhausted and or burnt out? One of them could be one of those, and who is, like you said, ready.
Yeah.
What would you say to her?
I know for a fact that each of us in each woman in this world, we all have a divine calling on our life.
Mm.
100%. And that calling is different for each and every one of us. If you know that you have that voice inside of you that you're like, I'm ready for more. I'm ready to expand. I'm ready to grow as a human in all areas of your life. That's when reclamation's ready for you.
Oof.
That you are ready to level up. And 2026 is 100% that year of, we like the year of the horse here, of
Yes,
it's
we do.
off to the races.
Yeah.
And it's ready to go. And if you're willing to do the work and you're open and your heart is open,
Yes.
if you're the woman that wants a powerful group of women to surround you and champion you on, then that's when it's time to go.
Oh, thank you so much, Laura. The doors to
Absolutely.
the reclamation are open. We begin February 10th. Send me a message if you know that it's like, I want details. This is the kind of space I need. Laura, I love you. Look at your buddy Max here came to say hello.
Oh,
I know
kitty.
he loved her. Thank you so much, Laura. This
Absolutely.
was
Love you. Like
so perfect.
you are such a gift. I've been with you, like I said, we've been
Oh,
together for so long, but your growth over
thank
the years has just been monumental.
you.
It's been such a joy in your presence. You are such a radiant light that a lot of women will benefit. Those that join Reclamation, they're going to, you only win by joining.
Thank you.